So today's question is about what's next after great success. So I have had many clients who've had great success in their business. It's not just in terms of monetary success in the order of millions of dollars that they earn, which is all great, but it's also success in terms of their familial relationships, the balance in their life, the passion that they get to experience and express, and also that is infectious for other people. So you have this, and you have great family, you have great teams, you've got great employees. Now what's next? And there are two things I would say. One is you want to plan for that moment when you realize, wow, you've done a lot. And for some of us who are, you can say ambitious, but really always looking at what's next, what's the next game. It may not be in the domain of ambition, but it's always like you're willing to play full out in your life. And what's the next game? For some people, truthfully, it's retirement and doing something different. Most people, though, even when they say they retire, they want to create something new and perhaps exciting. And so there are two things I would say. One is you want to start, there are three things. The first thing is you want to start planning for this in advance. Even if you think you just want to retire and get a Winnebago and travel across the states, and that's perfectly fine. But you want to start planning ahead for it. And by planning, I mean a full exit strategy from your company in terms of what you need to do to make sure people are lined up so that they're fully able to operate without you at all, preferably. The second thing is creating a context for what's next. And by that I mean a new mission. So you may have had a mission that took you so far, a personal mission statement or a company mission statement that took you so far. The next thing to create is what's next. What's the bigger mission that you want to create now? And it may be more expansive. So I have a particular client who's done very well in his company, and now he's looking at, creating a better world for the people in the next generation. And his mission statement says that. And so you want to look at what's that new mission statement, and you can refer to my other videos about how to create a mission statement, but fundamentally it's very simple. You start out by selecting 20 words or phrases that call to you. It could be making a difference, it could be climate change, it could be the ending of poverty, it could be escalating the abilities of young entrepreneurs, it could be helping Silicon Valley reinvest its fortune into more innovation. Could be tons and tons of stuff that you could be up to. But you want to create those 20 words and phrases and then pick the 5 to 10 best ones and then try and put them into two or three sentences at the most. Could be one sentence to them, that's fine. Start out with a draft mission statement and then start working with that. And that's a good way to start getting a direction going. Now, of course, you need some dialogue. That's why I always recommend having a coach or someone who can listen to that with a fresh pair of ears, a new listening, so to speak, so that you can get more fresh ideas on this draft mission statement. The third thing is to really look at your skill and challenge levels. Because you see, if your challenge levels go down, and your skill levels, I imagine at this point, if you're tremendously successful, are pretty high, then you're probably going to be very bored. There are statistics that show startling amount of people who actually start deteriorating health-wise when they retire and they stop doing less. And that's quite, it may have a point or a scientific background there, because if the brain, if you don't use your brain, it starts atrophying because there's no need to make any new connections, etc., etc. So you may want to look at how you want to keep your challenge level up, no matter what you're choosing to do next. What is the challenge level that you need to bring up so it matches or exceeds your skill levels a little bit? And then what do you need to do maybe to increase your skill levels and your challenge levels over time, so that either your skill levels are a little ahead of your challenge levels, or your challenge levels are a little ahead of your skill levels. And when you're in that state, then you could say you're in the state of flow. This is from the work of Dr. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, a Hungarian a researcher who is also called the father of positive psychology, and he studied happiness and uh, happiness and this distinction flow for about 40 years or so. And I highly recommend this book called Flow. And but really fundamentally, you want to look at your challenge and skill levels too, and assess realistically what you want to create in terms of a challenge once you decide to leave your company or go on to something else new. So I hope that makes a difference for you, and thank you for those of you who asked me that question, and I look forward to supporting you in your future. Thank you.